Hello everyone, I just wanted to quickly let you know about a couple of things that we've added to the Patreon for Silver Tier members. We're going to have a look at the files. So under Resource Packs on the Members Lounge, we've got a new little library of 3D scans from a friend called D. So we've got some food items and miscellaneous items, which I'm going to find fun using for like lighting test objects. There's high and low poly versions, and they've been marked as assets for an asset library. And also we have a rusted metal material also from D. Now this is because I gave D what I call a micro grant, a tiny bit of money, just to kind of source some of her creativity, because at some point I want to redo my modular metals product for Blender, an asset library of procedural materials. And I've got my own way of doing things like that, but I wanted to kind of source someone else's input, who I know is also quite effective when it comes to doing materials. So let's take a quick look at the files. D, by the way, is the only person that's ever managed to actually fool me when it comes to like, is this a render or a real life picture? So yeah, there's a variety of things in here. We've got like avocados, pips and walnuts, carrot, woodblock, croissant, mushroom, cookies, etc. Lemon. Some of these actually appeared in the recent like kimchi character artwork. They were like hidden inside of the bags. And it's always kind of difficult, like, I don't know, talking or marketing about random scans. I know like Quixel's got a ton of stuff. But for me, I like random scans because they add a little bit of a grounded element to, again, lighting tests. So let me just clear the file with modular workspaces, open up my Afterglow asset library. Let me drag in Studio 6 and display case the first option. Just unpack everything. Everything is centered automatically. Let's have a look. Perfect lighting setup. Let's go to the floor. Let's scrub the gradient to remove some of that floor influence so we get a bit more of a moody light. Let's get rid of the sphere. And then let's add these scans as an asset library. Okay, once I've done that, they're in the unassigned category. Now there are high and low poly versions. It's a bit hard to read that with the current layout. Swap it to the horizontal list view. We'll be able to see that okay. Let me go pumpkin high poly, and it's going to fall onto the glass if I just drag it like that. So actually let me go inside the glass, and I'll need to scale it down. Let me turn down the lighting because I've got that quite strong. Place the camera in a new position. And now I have it as a lighting test object. Once if I swap this around and do like a lower light. What a majestic and disgusting pumpkin that is. Let's do cursor to select it, delete the pumpkin. Avocado with pit, Shift S, selection to cursor. Scroll that down. Nice avocado. So yeah, they're just random scans. And yeah, in particular, I'm just going to use them for studies. Alternatively, I might sneak them into my artwork because who wouldn't want a pumpkin hat? Wait, hang on. His head is now a mortar. All right, now onto the rusted metal material. So this one is really good, actually. The degradation is quite effective, as we can see. What D has done is she's given me like a damage value, which I can modify, and a seed and different colors. However, the nodes are a bit messy, but obviously that's not my work. So now I need to like kind of disentangle and figure out what she was doing. Maybe try and optimize it a little bit. But yeah, I quite like minimizing it a little bit, as in a discoloration, because I find that just the finite grayscale details are quite nice. And yeah, I think that's pretty good. So again, like this is just like preemptive work for me doing an update for modular metals in the future. But I'm making this available to my patrons because, you know, if I've got experimental files to play with, then I'd quite like my patrons to have a go as well. Let me slap a sticker on that. Incidentally, these stickers are also available on the Patreon as well. We've actually got quite a lot of stuff on there. So if you want to check them out, codasol.online/Patreon and codasol.online/members for all the links to take a look at everything we have available. There is more that's being put up this month being November 2025. For example, we've got an extra video in my Principles of Creation series, which is a bit of like a tutoring lecture, should we say, about content creation. I want to expand the tools and add-on section at some point as well. But anyway, yeah, if you made it this far through the video, put a pumpkin emoji in the comments. Otherwise, have a great day and I'll see you next time.